Hi, in a previous video, link up here, I talked about how I feel like I'm a fraud and how I plan to use Atomic Habits to change that. I want to update you on what I've been doing, and this is that video. Let's do this. Since I posted the video about feeling like a fraud, I've been working really hard at trying to make some changes. I said in that video I was planning to use Atomic Habits, and that's what I've been looking at doing. So I've started making some changes, and I still have some changes to make. So I thought in this video I'd talk you through what I've been doing. Firstly, I've taken my before photographs. Oof, nobody needs to see that. Government health warning. They're primarily for me, unless in a year's time I've had such a dramatic transformation I make a massive transformation video. But what I have done is I've done two things so far. Firstly, I've been focusing on my diet. Subscribers to this channel will know I've tried a few possibly outlandish things in the past, but I made a decision for this time I would go back to something I know works. So I'm going back to the good old counting calories. It definitely works. So for the last 4 weeks, I've been using MyFitnessPal to track my calorific intake. One of the main reasons I decided to go for tracking calories was I planned to integrate exercise into this, and I didn't really want to just go potluck in terms of was I eating enough based on what I was exercising. So I'll track my calorific intake in terms of what I'm eating. I'll track my exercise in terms of what calories I'm spending, and I'll aim for a deficit every day. So how's that going? So in the last 3.5 weeks of doing that, I've lost a stone. That's 14 pounds or this many kilos for normal people. So I'm pleased with that, and I don't feel like I've been struggling to do it. So I'm going to keep that up and try to make sure that I can stick to it. It doesn't really follow any of the Atomic Habits guidelines, but it's something all-encompassing that I think I can do. The other thing I've done is I did quite a lot of research. A few people that I came across were recommending walking pads. I'd never heard of walking pads. Strictly speaking, it's a treadmill, but it's specifically aimed at walking rather than running. A lot of people that use them in conjunction with a standing desk, but I did get one, and I have been using it. It works in conjunction with Atomic Habits. The main thing about Atomic Habits is to try and make sure you're making small changes in your systems that will result in big changes over time. And there are a few different ways you can do that, some which are easier than others. So things like making sure it's harder to do the habits you shouldn't be doing, or making sure it's more attractive to be doing the habits you want to. I'm still working on that, but one of the things I've found works really, really well, I mentioned it in my previous video, I've adopted it in a morning routine, is something called habit chaining, where you take something you do anyway, and what you do is you attach a small habit to the back of it. And then over time, what you do is you build up a chain. And what I've successfully done is completely changed my morning routine. And I'll be doing more changes to that I'll mention later. So habit chaining is you take something you're doing anyway and you attach a good habit to it. So what I've done with walking, I've given myself the habit that the first time in the evening that I decide I want to sit down and watch something on television, I put the thing on, but instead of sitting in the sofa, I'll walk on the walking pad and watch it. And it kind of depends how long this program is, but minimum half an hour, sometimes up to 40 minutes, an hour. And what I've found since implementing that is I'm finding it really, really easy to adopt and rewarding. So I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and I'm really beginning to enjoy it, and I'm really beginning to feel a difference. So those are the two changes I've made so far: counting calories and walking. And as I say, so far, 14 pounds gone. There are two things I have ready to start doing, and I'm going to start doing them probably next week. Anyone who knows me will know that I tend to take too much on at once. And one of the things that I need to make sure I do is small changes. So I'm going to bed myself in with the walking, and then probably next week I'm going to add a morning routine. And I'll add that morning routine, that morning workout routine, a simple workout, to my morning habit chain. What I'm doing is a 6-minute daily routine I found from Chris Heria. I'll put a link to his video up here. I've tried it. Here's some video of me doing it before. What I found was some of the things he was doing I found too strenuous. So I've modified it to make it something that I feel like I could do every day. It should be relatively easy to add that to my morning habit chain. The other thing I'm going to add, which again is habit chain, is a hanging core workout. What it's designed to do is every minute you do a different exercise hanging for 40 seconds and then have a 20-second rest. But what I intend to do is the habit chain I'll have is every time I go climbing, I'll do this workout. So that's it for the things I'm going to do which are going to use habit chaining. The other thing I want to do, however, is a bit more difficult. And that's, I want to add some other kind of exercise. Obviously I'll be climbing, and what I've found already is I'm climbing harder, I'm working harder at my climbing sessions. I do want to add something a bit more focused on conditioning and strength in general. What I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to something I did years ago for a while, and that's freeletics. So I'll be able to start easily and build it up. Watch out for an update I'll give in a few weeks' time of how I'm getting on with freeletics. So that's it. I've already started counting calories and walking. Within the next week, I'll be doing an additional morning workout routine, and I will add a hanging core workout every time I go climbing, and then in possibly 2 or maybe 3 weeks, I'll add freeletics. So what I'll do is in a few weeks' time, I'll do another video just updating how that's going and giving you some progress. So what are my thoughts? How do I feel about it? I'm feeling confident. I feel like I'm coming back. My climbing's improved, my mood's improved. I definitely feel that my fitness is improving, and I'm excited about where the rest of the year will take me. So if you want to be updated on how things are going, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're finding this stuff interesting or useful, don't forget to smash that like button. All of this helps the algorithm, and the more people that like it, the more people that comment, the more people will see it. Thanks. So that's it. Thanks for watching. As ever, I'll keep you posted. And if I see you out in a climbing wall, come and say hello. Thanks.